unit. Yay! So today we're going to solve for lengths using sine and cos. So solving for side lengths of a triangle using sine and cos. So what is a direct measurement? So did you want to grab your books? You should have your textbooks with you. And it's in your textbook. So a measurement made by using an instrument, a measuring instrument, or by counting. Instrument or by counting. Okay, so give me an example of a direct measurement. A ruler, using your ruler. Yes, sorry, Brady, you're going to say the same thing? Or are you going to give it another example?
Meter stick.
A meter stick.
A yard stick.
And a straight edge, yeah. Even using a clinometer to measure an angle would be an example of a direct measurement. You're directly measuring it. You have a tool, and then you measure something. Okay? So indirect. So writing down indirect, which is on page 537 of your textbook, a measurement made using a ratio, formula, or other mathematical reasoning. Measurement made by using a ratio, a formula, or other mathematical reasoning. It will require a direct measurement of some sort usually, yeah. A ratio, a formula, or mathematical reasoning. Give me an example of finding an indirect measurement. Pythagoras, yeah. Okay, Pythagoras is an example. Okay, what about the sine, cos, and tan, what we're doing right now? Is that an example of using mathematical reasoning or a formula to get another measurement? Or a ratio, yeah. So sine, cos, and tan are when we're finding an angle or a side indirectly, with the given direct measurements, that would be an indirect measurement, or whatever we're solving for is the indirect. Yeah, using the diameter and pi to find the circumference. Okay, so those are our definitions, and we're going to actually have an activity on Monday where we're going to do some actual trigonometry in real life. Yeah, fun. Did everyone get that down from their textbook? Good? Okay, so you'll notice that these notes are just one page today. One page, because really you should have the skills if you've been keeping up with your homework. This will be difficult if you haven't been, right? And you should be making a study sheet. You should not be asking me questions during your quizzes, because that's what your study sheet is for. You do your homework, you make a study sheet. If you have a little brain fart, that's what your study sheet's for. Oh yeah, that's what we did. Oh yeah, okay. All right. So we always start with the given angle. And what are we going to do from there? Find out which thing to use. So label the side. So what is 12? Hypotenuse. And what is A? Adjacent. Conveniently, A is adjacent. It's between our angle and the 90. It's definitely not the... So we're going to work with the side we're given and the one we're looking for. We're not looking for this opposite side, and so we don't want to use that ratio. So which ratio, looking at SOHCAHTOA, sine or cos or tan? Cos, ka. So we're going to use the cos. It's a good habit to write down the formula, because then you're more likely to sub in properly. You could even just go cos theta equals A over H. Okay, so subbing it in. Cos of 23 degrees equals a over 12. Now, we want to get 12 by itself. What's happening with a? Or we want to get a by itself. Thank you, Zach. We want to get a by itself. What's happening with a? It's getting divided by 12. So how do we get rid of getting divided by 12? We're going to multiply both sides by 12. Right. Could we go straight to punching that into our calculator now? Yeah, a is by itself. So in our calculators, 12 cos 23. Yeah, helps when it's on. And to the nearest tenth, what would that be? 11.0 centimeters. Don't forget your units. 11.0.
Why is that triangle different from the one that you have?
It's the same. Just looks different. Right?
Yeah.
It's the same, but same measurements, just looks funny. Looks funny, yeah. Okay, so next guy. Same idea. So using the 34 degree, what is x? Opposite. What is 24? Hypotenuse. So which ratio are you going to use? O and H? Sine. So sine of our angle equals opposite over hypotenuse. Okay, so plugging in what we know. Sine 34 degrees equals, this one's too easy. Oh, you already got the answer? X opposite over hypotenuse, x over 24. So how do we get x by itself if it's being divided by 24? Multiply both sides by 24. You can show the cancellation here. And we get, we already said, I think, sine 34, 13.4. Just like Taylor said. Awesome. Okay. All right, so let's look at the C and D together too. May as well do them together because there's only 4 questions. And then we're done. And you get the rest of the class for homework. Yeah, it's nice, hey? Okay. Use sine or cosine ratio to solve the following. Okay, so we're looking for x here. Let's label what we know. What do we know? Adjacent and the hypotenuse. 23 is adjacent. X is hypotenuse. So looking at SOHCAHTOA, which ratio? Cosine has A and H. Okay, so our formula, cos of our angle equals A over H. Okay, so let's look at an example like this. We're plugging it in. Cos of 42 equals what divided by what? 23 divided by x. Okay, what's wrong with this? X is on the bottom. We're trying to get it by itself. So what's our first step? Multiply both sides by x. This is going to take care of the x. Okay, yeah, yes, you can go straight to what it is. No, it's okay. No. So we have x times cos 42 equals 23 if we rewrite this out. So we want x by itself. It's being multiplied by cos 42. Divide both sides by cos 42. Okay, so the shortcut is when x is on the denominator. So our original formula was cos 42 equals 23 over x. Our new formula is 23 over cos 42. So these two, the shortcut is this. The shortcut is these two are going to switch spots. You're multiplying the x up, you're dividing cos 42 down. Okay, so if you wanted to go from this step to this step, that's okay. I'm okay if you just show that. It's yellow. Yeah. No, I selected yellow. Okay, so what did that equal if we plug this into our calculator? Did someone do it already, or should I just type it in, I guess? 30 point question. Does this 9 round that 4 to a 5, and then the 5 round the 9 to a 10?
No.
Only round once, never double dip. So, yes, Quinn.
I just noticed that, wait, no, wait,
Okay, so 30.9, and there's no units. 30.9. Okay, so one more question. We have 56 degrees. So 13 is opposite, x is hypotenuse O and H is sine. Sine of our angle equals opposite over hypotenuse. So now we have sine 56 equals what divided by what? 13 over x. So if I want to use a shortcut, I want x equals, what happens when x is on the bottom? Which two switch?
13 over sine 56.
Sine 56 and x. Yeah. Because it was x on the denominator was being divided, we're going to still have division. So 13 over sine 56. Let me type that into the nearest kilometer.
The nearest kilometer?
Sure. 16? And what's the nearest tenth? 15.7. Let's go to nearest tenth. Okay? 15.7. So I'll leave that on the board. Okay, so when it says 3 to 5 odd, let me clarify again. A and C. So 3AC, 4AC, 5AC, and then 6, 7, 8, 9. And then 1 odd AC, 3, 4. Okay, that's what that means. Except for 6 through 9 and 3 and 4 here. Those are all of it. I think they're word problems, so I don't even know if there is an AC. Okay? So grab your homework, and yeah, there's tons of time to get it done today. Everyone should get caught up on homework today. That's our goal. And I'm going to push stop first.